So, have you heard of smartwatches? Ah, excellent. Because today we are talking about smartwatches. Whoosh, the hat man. Now, the real question is, how far back do you think this concept goes? If your answer was the 2010s, you'd be wrong. Some of you might remember the Pebble smartwatch, but that was not the first. In fact, it wasn't even the second. You see, smartwatches go back to the 1990s with the Timex data link. That was a weird-ass watch. It used CRT technology to transmit its data. CRT is essentially strobe light, really fast, scanning lines to make its images. And it used that line scanning to its advantage. Now, we don't have to use weird technology like that these days to transmit data, but that's what it did back then. And essentially, that first watch was a advanced PDA on your wrist. That was cool, but what came next? Well, if it wasn't Pebble, what the hell was it? WristNet for MSN Direct. That's what came next. And today, we're gonna take a look at two of these sweet early 2000s smartwatches. So what exactly are you looking at here? What is MSN Direct? MSN Direct was the data transmission service that allowed these things to receive data. It ran off of a weird FM radio transmission technology. Yeah, very strange. I'll actually be doing a deeper dive into this topic in a future video. So don't worry about the ins and outs of how this thing operates. That'll come soon. Today, we're just taking a look at the watches, what they can do right now, and yeah, just a simple introduction to this. In the early 2000s, Microsoft announced that they were going to try to make a smartwatch. However, they did not do it by themselves. They simply made the software and then licensed that out to manufacturers to make their own watches. This is a common theme for them back then because you also had the portable media centers, which I will also be making a video on, that ran a Windows mobile type operating system, and third-party manufacturers developed their devices for. It wasn't until the Zune when Microsoft finally was making their own in-house portable electronics, and that was 2006. Okay, now on the screen, I'm going to list the manufacturers that made watches for MSN Direct. And while you look at that, let's go ahead and open this first device. If I can, oh, there it goes. There she blows. So inside this canister, you just got this little thing here by Fossil. Cool. Here's the charger. And inside of here is the documents and the charge cable. Honestly, this is like a 10 out of 10 presentation. This looks awesome. So here is the watch. As you can see, the bands are not replaceable. The bands actually house the antenna lines, at least on this watch. You see here? This completes the circuit. On the inside, it tells you how to resize. And here, it tells you what version of WristNet this was made for. 1.0. So this is pretty early on. So on this particular watch, I did actually replace the battery. It should work. Oh man, I can see kind of a scuff that I made while I was wearing it. I did actually try to wear this, by the way. I wore it for about a month, and honestly, even without the services, I liked it. If I can remember how to turn it on, it might actually need to charge. Well, this is a perfect opportunity to teach you how it charges. It uses wireless charging. Yeah, that's right, early 2000s wireless charging. I'll show you that in a minute. Hello, little kitty. Say hello to Coco, everybody. This is Coco. She's a beautiful little kitty cat with an orange collar. So I had to break the recording a little bit because there was a problem with my phone, but we're back. So in order to charge this, which I have already charged, but I will show you how to charge, you must simply place it on this platform. There you go, wireless charging in 2004 or whatever year this came out on. So yeah, that's dope. It's a almost 20-year-old wireless charging. It goes back a lot longer than you thought, doesn't it? Yeah, it's pretty cool. So let's go ahead and unbox. Well, that sits on the side. Let's unbox the other one, and then I'll show you how to use them. Little Miss Kitty Cat is in the way, but that's okay. What is all this writing? Oh, it's like this sell history. What the hell? Just $439. Our price $400. Clearance sale price $270. As is. Slashed out $150. 3 years old. Purchased 2005. So somebody bought this for $150 in 2005. Very interesting. Interesting. Nice little bit of history with this item, I suppose. Here is the fitness band, which has broken. I forget what this does. I'll go through the instructions manual and figure out what this is. I think this is some sort of heart meter. So this is more advanced already than the other watch. Sunto has more options. Here you go, cat. You can wear that. I guess you can eat it too if you want. Here is the charger, which uses pins instead of wireless charging. So that probably means, yeah, it's USB. It probably does data, which could be interesting. Okay, you need to calm down, little cat. Don't chew on it that much. Here is the watch. We'll look at that in a moment. What else we got in here? Let's see. Charger block. Nice. Ah! Kitty cat! What have you done? Anyway, here is the pamphlets and apparently the setup disc. Training. Oh, it's a training manager. So this is more fitness based. So this is probably to do with this guy over here. Oh, bye, cat. Cat is left. All right. So I'll go ahead and charge this, and then I guess I will go ahead and show you the first watch. So another interesting factoid about these watches is the programs on them are called channels. And this is before the Nintendo Wii, so Microsoft had applications called channels before Nintendo did, but it was unrelated to video games. So on this watch, in order to access your different channels, you press this bottom left button. Press it once and you get the options within the main channel that you're in, right? And then you press it again to get back to your channels list. So this is the register tab. You got your messages for your cell phone, I think. And then your calendar, time, and that's it. That's all it's pre-installed on this one. But there were options to download more. I guess once you registered it, it would have come up with a download for another application, because this didn't come with any software and it doesn't have any USB capability. So all of them must have been able to receive more channels over the air, which tells me that after you register, there's something that downloads, and from there you can download more apps. And I bet you, since there's a watch ID, now that I see this here, you might have been able to go onto the website and tell the website to upload stuff to your watch. But that's all lost to history, and we can't tell what exactly you could have done. But there were options to see what movies are out in your local area. There were options to see your stocks, your MSN instant messenger messages, your Outlook email messages, not just your cell phone texting messages. So there was a lot of smart applications here. Now, the one thing you just couldn't do was send data. And I think there was a game on here as well. That might actually be false. Don't quote me on that. But yeah, there was a lot of things you could put on here. This fossil one just happens to not have very many pre-installed apps. Okay, the Sunto one is charging. I'll show you. I'm gonna go ahead and drop this on the charger. Don't go anywhere. I promise I'll be right back. Again. All right, so supposedly it's charged and it seems to be working. Now the one problem I found is the backlight doesn't do anything. So that's unfortunate, but with the right lighting, I can still show you the watch faces. So each of these also comes with lots of watch faces that you can change between. And each one has different stock faces. Here's these faces. This one is synced to the heartbeat monitor that would have worked here with the coin battery. Little fish. Oh, and it seems like there's also options. So you can use the middle button on the right side to move between. Sweet. Let's check out the watch faces on the other one, which actually has a backlight. This one gives you 2 time zones to choose from, and you can change the secondary time zone in the watch settings. And that's that. So those are the watches. There were a handful of other ones made, but I don't have those. Oh, also, I forgot to show you the channels this one comes with, and the rest of the interface. So you press the channels button once, and you get this nice little list. I like this a lot better than the other interface. Alright, so here's the channels. You got news, no news. So you can probably just scroll through headlines here. News stories, news settings. Weather, no local weather. Stocks. So you can probably just scroll through stocks that you preset that you want to go through. Looks like you get 3 stocks you want to check, and you can show the quotes here. Your calendar, I didn't show that, but both of them have it. You can scroll through your months. Messages just like before, empty. And back to time. Okay, so those are the watches. This is a very interesting thing they had going on. So you could check all this real-time information on your wrist. And this is during the time of crappy phones. However, it is at the same time smartphones are you know, they're on their way to becoming cool and really, really good. So it's in like this weird era where 2G phone connection is not there yet, but it's on the way. And that's why they chose the transmission method they chose. However, 2G was right around the corner, so honestly they should have waited and allow you to put SIM cards in these things, and then they wouldn't have had to rely on a weird technology that only, by the way, only was supported in major cities in the US and possibly Canada. Don't quote me on Canada. Yeah, you couldn't use this anywhere. It needed special towers or whatever, and that was only available in major cities. So like Dallas, Detroit, San Diego. So yeah, very weird device. I'll go more into it in one of my upcoming videos that I'm working on. Hopefully I can get that out in the next few weeks. It's a lot bigger than my regular videos. It's actual history and informational deep dive somewhat. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this little look at these interesting watches. Be sure to like, subscribe, do all that stuff. Leave a comment if you even remember these things, these watches. I'll see you in the next video. See ya. Beat it all,